Good morning, everybody. I'm Myra Ansari here for Wave Now. We are going live to a press conference that Kentucky Attorney General Daniel Cameron is having with law enforcement and prosecutors and local community leaders about combating human trafficking. Let's listen in.
Initiative, or what we're calling the HOPE Initiative. Under the leadership of Heather Wagers, our office launched this initiative in October of last year to mobilize landlords and communities to identify and shutter illicit massage businesses that may enable human trafficking, and is believed to be the first initiative in Kentucky to engage landlords in the fight against human trafficking. Now, we are incredibly grateful for the support of the Lexington and Radcliffe police departments, Commonwealth's Attorney Jackie Steele, Johnny Lewis, the founder of Natalie Sisters, in this work, and you will have a chance to hear from some of these folks in a few minutes. I also want to thank the countless local, state, and federal law enforcement partners, agencies, and organizations who have aided this initiative. The successes we will highlight today are a testament to the power of collaboration and demonstrates what is possible when we work together to tackle public safety challenges. The HOPE Initiative combines the resources of all of our partners to help stop human trafficking. Now, since 2007, the National Human Trafficking Hotline has received nearly 3,800 contacts related to Kentucky. Of these contacts, the hotline has identified 920 cases of human trafficking involving 2,238 victims. According to one of our counterintelligence agency partners, over the last 4 years, there's been a 38% growth rate in illicit massage businesses nationwide. In Kentucky, this agency estimates a 71% increase during the same time frame, which is nearly double the national rate. This is a startling statistic and underscores why rooting out illicit massage businesses is so important. These entities often appear to be licensed, reputable businesses. They claim to specialize in massage services, but in reality, these are not legitimate businesses. Oftentimes, what we find is that they specialize in the exploitation of vulnerable men and women and are just the latest iteration of organized crime. Now, there are a number of legitimate massage businesses in Kentucky that provide wellness services, and we are not casting aspersions on any of these entities. We appreciate their existence and want them to know that our efforts are focused on the bad actors that are operating within this industry. That is the reason the HOPE Initiative exists, and the program is already having a positive impact. Our office has authored over a dozen letters to landlords notifying them of the potential trafficking occurring on their property. 67% of these landlords, as a result of these letters, have terminated or declined to renew releases with these alleged illicit businesses. This is good news and shows what's possible through the initiative. This program has the potential to be a real game changer and save folks from the evils of human trafficking. Now, here to talk more about this initiative is Heather, our Executive Director of the Office of Trafficking and Abuse Prevention and Prosecution. Heather, please take the podium.
Thank you, General Cameron, and welcome to everyone here this morning. Thank you for joining us today. Again, my name is Heather Wagers, and I'm the Executive Director for the Office of Trafficking and Abuse Prevention and Prosecution. General, thank you for your leadership in combating human trafficking. Human trafficking, as many of you know, is the exploitation of a person for compelled labor, services, or commercial sex acts. As we learn more about trafficking, we understand that certain environments are more likely to enable traffickers to profit from their criminal enterprise and exploitation. The HOPE Initiative is focused on dismantling key drivers within these environments to disrupt traffickers. When we stop businesses from engaging in human trafficking, we prevent Kentuckians from becoming victims of human trafficking. At the core of this initiative is a group of local, state, and federal partners, and many of them are in the room today. I would like to echo General Cameron's thanks to each of these offices. They are listed on the slide behind me. These organizations are playing a pivotal role in the fight to make a difference in Kentucky. We appreciate your willingness to work with us and to collaborate. Together, we share the common goal of making Kentucky an inoperable environment for businesses who engage in human trafficking, and we have started with the illicit massage industry. Sadly, it is one of the fastest growing human trafficking industries in the country. These businesses dot the sides of highways, and they're tucked in strip malls and behind darkened windows and storefronts across the country, and Kentucky is no exception. To address these challenges, in October of 2022, we launched the first phase of the HOPE Initiative, a landlord engagement campaign. This high-impact effort is designed to engage landlords and ultimately decrease the number of these businesses in a given area. To date, we have launched the initiative in 4 counties: Bullitt, Fayette, Laurel, and Hardin. At the outset of this initiative, we identified 12 suspected illicit massage businesses. As a result of local law enforcement's efforts, 2 of the businesses shuttered before we could even send letters to them. 4 landlords evicted their tenant, while 2 landlords were at the end of their rental period and declined to renew the lease. That's a total of 8 businesses shuttered. 3 of these businesses were located in Lexington, 2 in Radcliffe, 1 in London, 1 in Elizabethtown, and 1 in Shepherdsville. And this is just the beginning. We are continuing to identify more IMBs across the state as part of the HOPE Initiative. But we need your help. Every Kentuckian, and especially every landlord, can help us fight human trafficking by recognizing the signs that a business may be engaged in human trafficking. Some common signs include a male-only clientele. The business is open extremely late at night. Windows are blackened off so that you can't see inside. Doors are locked, requiring you to be buzzed in. There are online reviews describing sex acts. Business websites contain sexual innuendo or references to the appearance of the masseuse. If you suspect human trafficking is occurring in your community, we urge you to report it to local law enforcement. Now, at this time, I'd love to welcome to the podium Lexington Police Chief Weathers to talk about how this initiative is working in Fayette County and for his department.
Good morning, everybody. General Cameron, thank you. Ms. Wagers, thank you. You know, at a time when local police resources are strained, I just want to say I appreciate you all stepping forward and providing assistance and providing some resources to help address questionable and illicit massage businesses, especially in the Fayette County area. Working with the Attorney General's office as part of the HOPE Initiative has proven to be a successful avenue to combat questionable massage businesses. And the HOPE Initiative works closely with local law enforcement partners and community partners who are mostly non-governmental entities or organizations to ensure that those who are affected by such businesses are offered the resources they need to safely discontinue their involvement. Our work with the HOPE Initiative to this date has had 3 successful outcomes: creating a safer environment for those who are victimized, for those who work, and for those who reside in the affected areas. As we continue working with this initiative, we look forward to the additional successful outcomes and the positive effects it will have on the lives of those involved in the entire community. And the important thing to take from this is that this is not just an enforcement action. This is a people action. You know, we realize that there are people involved, and that's the outreach portion of it. We realize community has to be involved. So reaching out to some of the owners to make them aware of some of the things, the prevention aspect of it kicks in. And the education is, she showed you the slide of things to look for, and these things can pop up in anybody's community. And we need the community's help to identify them and bring them to our attention so we can bring the resources that we need to put those places out of business, and the people that are left behind that are being victimized get the help that they need. So thank y'all for letting me speak. And at this time, I'm going to ask Commonwealth Attorney Jackie Steele, the 27th Judicial Circuit, come and speak. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. I'll echo what he said. Thank you to Attorney General Cameron and his office. To be honest with you, we didn't know in Laurel County we had a problem. And as they said, these will pop up anywhere at any point in time. And I'll never forget when I got the phone call from the Attorney General's office. Amy called and said, "Hey, we'd like to come meet with you regarding this HOPE initiative and massage parlors." And I thought, okay, what in the world for? And about 5 minutes into the conversation, I said, "Hang on, wait a minute. This is going on in my county?" And she said, "Yes," and gave me the location. And I said, "You've got to be kidding me." It's tucked away in a strip mall. Had no idea it was going on. Immediately, I think she was even in the office, and I called the sheriff's department, talked to the sheriff, and I said, "Are you aware of this?" He goes, "I don't know what you're talking about." We literally had no idea it was going on. And they laid the evidence in front of us, and it became readily apparent what was going on. The best part was, as the chief said, when we're limited resources right now, they said, "But don't worry, we got a plan." And they put their plan in action, and that massage parlor is now gone. And that was because the landlord was contacted and notified of that. We have Mr. Taylor, Commonwealth Attorney, back here also, and he can tell you about the limited resources, but also about the approach they take and the plan they have to get these removed and permanently removed. It's often said that the greatest goal or primary focus of government is the protection of its people. And this initiative protects the most vulnerable of those. And that's what we have to remember, that these victims are the most vulnerable in our society, of our citizens. And this initiative does that, brings hope to them when we can get them out of that situation. And I appreciate you giving me the opportunity to speak. I'm next to introduce you Janie Lewis, who's the Executive Director of Natalie Sisters, and welcome her to the podium.
Thank you, Commonwealth Attorney Steele. It's our pleasure at Natalie Sisters to partner with the Attorney General's office and his staff in combating the issue of exploitation and trafficking in the Commonwealth through targeted initiatives and specifically educational opportunities. We have partnered with the Attorney General's staff to provide trainings for the community around both the signs of human trafficking and how to recognize and how to report it, including recognizing and reporting illicit massage businesses. We look forward to future events to help spread the awareness of the issue and to inform the general public about the issue and how everybody can get involved in the fight against sexual exploitation and trafficking. Natalie Sisters is a First Touch ministry located in Lexington, serving sexually exploited and trafficked women in the central Kentucky area. Our goal is to meet basic needs as much as possible to help alleviate the sisters' involvement in the sex industry and in sexual exploitation and trafficking, and to help move trafficking victims to a place of healing. We also provide critical referrals to community resources that most of our sisters are unaware of or are unsure how to access. Our teams are able to do what they do because of the generous gift of time and resources by hundreds of individuals and dozens of local churches and organizations. Over the last 2 years, the number of women served by our team has grown daily. The vast majority are without a home and deal with mental health issues and substance use disorder, largely fueled by the opioid epidemic and the residual effects of COVID. We serve an average of 125 women a week through the drop-in center, a street drop-off and club ministry. And over the last 7 years, we've had the opportunity to serve well over 1,200 ladies who are exploited and at-risk women. We look forward to the continued partnership with Attorney General Cameron's office, and we stand ready to assist law enforcement in the HOPE initiative by aiding and helping to coordinate resources for survivors of human trafficking as we all seek to combat this issue in the Commonwealth.
All right, Janie, thank you. Heather, appreciate you. Chief, always grateful. Jackie, thank you guys. And I know there are other partners within this room that we're so grateful to see and have been supportive to this effort as well. With that, Heather and I are happy to take any questions that you might have about the initiative. Yes, sir.
General, is there any, you talk about massage parlors, expand this to say hotels, the hotel operators themselves may not or very likely are not involved in this, but it happens in their room. So are you going to be training hotel employees and what have you on new signs of what to do?
Well, I'll let Heather speak specifically to this, but we are always looking for additional opportunities to train and work with businesses across Kentucky, whether it was with the Beer Wholesalers Association or the fine folks that you see up here or those out in the audience today. We're always looking for additional opportunities to train. The HOPE initiative is sort of a next step in that process. When it comes to hotels specifically, I imagine that, as part of the training that we've done generally, some of those people have been involved, but I'll let Heather talk more specifically about that.
Absolutely. So General Cameron is correct. We are willing to come to anywhere and any place to provide training. We have trained Red State Barbecue. We have trained teachers. We have trained, all across the vicinity of disciplines, whether it's prosecutors or law enforcement. So if the hotel industry is interested in us coming and training their particular facility or wherever, we are happy to do that.
How do they get in contact?
They can contact me directly in my office. And we also have a Your Eyes Save Lives website that they can go through that, and it directly emails me.
Well, again, thank you all so much for being here this morning. And again, this is a month that is critical to pursuing an end to human trafficking. And so I'm grateful to all the partners that I've been in attendance here. And thank you again to the media as well for following this and being a part of this conversation. We really appreciate it. God bless you all so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, General. But I also have a question. Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah.